Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today is an exciting day because today is day 43 of the 75 Hard Challenge. Can you believe we're already halfway there? Actually, a little further than halfway there. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about pushing through boundaries and breaking through plateaus. It's been an incredible journey so far, and it's been filled with a lot of ups and downs. Probably more downs than ups. I'm not really sure, but there's been some ups and downs, and I'm determined to keep pushing forward, so let's dive in. But before we do that, let me hit you with a disclaimer. And of course, I got an extra trigger warning today. I'm going to be talking about some things that might be a little bit nasty or disgusting to some people. It's a little nasty to me, but I believe in being authentic and 100% transparent. So I'm going to share with you we're going to have a discussion around bowel movements and different things like that, especially when we get to the part about diet. So if that stuff bothers you, this might not be the episode for you, or you might want to skip through that part. It is kind of nasty, in my opinion. I don't like talking about that type of stuff. But anyway, so let's get to it. So today's topic, we're going to talk about the progress we made, and I'll throw up some pictures in a little bit of where I'm at. And we're going to talk about the significant milestones in the challenge. And I'm really proud of what I've done so far, but I've kind of hit a plateau. We'll talk about that in a second. And I'll tell you what my plans are to moving past that plateau, and of course what you can do to move past plateaus, because I've done it in the past, and it's not as hard as you think it is, but it's something that you really have to plan for, because you're going to hit a wall, you're going to hit some plateaus when you're on any challenge, but especially one like this. And I'll tell you about the results that I've seen, both physically and mentally. Like I said, I'm going to share some pictures with you in just a second. All right, so before we get too much into the topic of pushing boundaries and hitting plateaus, so let's talk about what's going on since the last update this week, and of course the results that I've had. So I'll throw up a picture here in a second. Trigger warning: grown man in his underwear or in his pajamas. But as you can see, I started out at 199.2, excuse me, and I'm at 185 even as of this morning. And I've been 185 for 9 days now, so I haven't lost any weight, but I've actually moved down another belt size. So I'm on my 4th notch on my belt, which is basically 2 notches since I started. I was kind of bouncing between the 2nd and 3rd notch when I started this challenge. So I know I put on some muscle, so I've definitely lost some inches. So I'm not tripping on the scale, but I would like to lose some more body fat. But I've clearly lost some because, again, my pants are getting looser. You can see them in the picture. My pajamas are literally falling off of me now, and there's some definition starting to show through. I'm not sucking in here. I'm not trying to, at least intentionally. I'm just making sure I'm standing up straight. So I'm trying to give you as authentic photo of the progress so far. And so I'm seeing some differences, let me just say that. And I still got the love handles, still got the spare tire rocking, aka I got that back fat going too. That's where the love handles are kind of coming in. But what I have noticed is my upper, which you really can't see me because of where I'm at, but my upper stomach is a lot flatter, where I used to have just this really big dad bod gut going. The upper part and even my sternum, my rib cage are all starting to show a little bit. You can maybe see it a little bit in that photo, especially if I suck in, you can really see my rib cage. Whereas before, you really couldn't do that no matter how much I sucked in. I had a lot of weight, a lot of body fat in the upper section of my torso. And so that's kind of gone away. I still got, that spare tire, and I've got those love handles, around the belly, but that upper belly fat is kind of gone. It's like I'm touching my chest now. I can really feel my abs under there, and I can really feel in the upper section, I can really feel my sternum. So I'm very excited about that. And my inside of my legs and my thighs, they aren't rubbing quite like they used to. So everything's definitely getting better, but it's been a lot of work to get to this point. Working out twice a day is not an easy task. And I even had a family member that were talking about, well, I'm going to do the 75 soft. And I was like, why? I mean, you get to pick your own workout, and you get to pick your own meal plan. Why would you just not do 75 hard? And they said, well, because I don't want to work out twice a day. And I'm sorry, that's a bullshit excuse. That's just the way it is. If you're not willing to, for 75 days, to maybe watch one less sitcom in the evenings, I mean, what are you doing? How bad do you really want it? That's what you have to ask yourself. So I think the fact that you're not willing to do a second 45-minute workout is just, I mean, you're just taking it easy. You can maybe get some results, and you can do that, certainly, but why not just do a regular old plan of any sort? It's not really a challenge, is the point I'm making. Most people do one workout and stick to a meal plan to begin with. So if you're going to start creating really weak-ass rules, excuse my language, then don't even bother starting. I hate to sound so cruel and mean, but it's just, we waste so much time as Americans, as human beings, on Facebook and scrolling, watching YouTube videos. I'm guilty of it too, and all those things. Why not just go ahead on and do it right for 75 days? Cut something out of your life. You can find 45 minutes. I hear that a lot. Oh, I don't have time. Yeah, you do. You can find 45 minutes. I promise you, I'm just as guilty of it. We all waste time doing BS. So commit to it. Do something. But so I'm very happy with the physical progress. Diet-wise, not much has changed. Sticking to the carnivore diet, and been doing very well with that. Mostly doing BBBE. For those of you who know what that is. If you don't, it's basically where you just eat butter, beef, bacon, and eggs. So like today, so far all I've eaten today, and it's almost 5 o'clock in the day. I did my workout this morning. It was a beautiful day. I actually been working out with my shirt off because I'm starting to feel a little more comfortable being topless, and I've been getting some sun, as you can see. Maybe you can't, but I got a little red today, which was not good. And so I did that, and I worked out. I did a weight routine today, and I was able to do my back workout. I think you guys told you about the back issue I had last week. So I did a couple workouts since last update, weight-wise, and I just didn't do my back. Didn't do my back at all because of the pulled muscle. But I've been taking cold showers every day, and I knew that was going to kind of help me heal that up, and it has. So today I went ahead and did the back part of the workout, and no issues there. It rocked it. I feel good. I'm a little sore. I just know that I'm feeling a little stiff, but I'm back to that, and we'll talk about some things that have been changing the workout upcoming when we talk about pushing past plateaus. But I walked an extra mile and a half today instead of just doing 2 miles. I went ahead and did 3.5. Yesterday, I actually skateboarded with my daughter for my outside workout, and I'm still having a little problem with that left ankle, but it's getting better. I didn't get crazy. I didn't jump. I mean, I rode some ramps, but I didn't do any jumps or ollies or anything crazy. Just got out there. But I'll tell you, we were out there. It was hot, and we were out there for almost an hour, and we were both drenched in sweat when we were done. Skateboarding is definitely some heavy-duty exercise, and it requires more than just physical strength, but you got to work on your balance, and there's a lot of smaller muscles that come into play. But we both really enjoyed it. It was good to spend time with my daughter. So I've been changing up the workouts, and we'll get into my tips for pushing plateaus here in a second. So that's the diet portion. I've finished, I don't have it in front of me, but I've probably done 7 or 8 books since starting this challenge. So we're a little over halfway. Read quite a few books. I finished one that was oriented around business. A lot of the books I've been reading are about business and mindset. I just got this one, The Pathless Path. I just got it the other day. Haven't even started on it, but I got it the other day. I plan on reading that next when I finish with $1 Million Offers from Alex Hormozy. I've been telling you guys about that. I'm just kind of dipping in and out of it, but I've been reading a lot of other stuff. I'm also currently reading, and I got to finish it as well, Deep Work. And it's pretty interesting. I like it. I think it's going to be a good book. I'm about halfway through it, so I'll keep reading it, and I'll let you guys know if it's one I would recommend or not. But so far, No More Mr. Nice Guy, I would highly recommend it. So it was something someone recommended to me. And Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill's another book I would definitely read, even if you're not religious. It's a great book, so just go check it out. That's what I've read so far. So we talked about that. We've talked about weight. We've talked about working out. Did we talk? We didn't talk about that, did we? No. All right. So diet. I mean, we a little bit, but I've been sticking with the carnivore diet, and I've noticed something in the last few days, really the last 4 days. And so I'm definitely fat adapted. I've done carnivore in the past. I'm definitely 100% fat adapted now because when I eat, I used to, and this is the part I was talking about grossing out. So I'm gonna skip forward. But I would eat, and I'd have to go to the bathroom literally within 20 minutes. I mean, I gotta go, and it's like peeing out your butt. If you've ever done keto or carnivore, you know what I'm talking about. Peeing out your butt. So that stopped, and so now I eat, and I'll be like, well, I'll go in the morning. Usually I get up and go to the bathroom every morning, no matter what I do. And some mornings I don't have to go, and I almost feel like I'm constipated. And some mornings when I go, it's like normal, use the bathroom, like today, normal, wasn't nothing fancy about it, nothing troubling. But it's not a lot of volume. Like there's hardly anything there. And I think it's because when I'm fat adapted, so I'm absorbing probably more of the fat. There's just not a lot of waste in the elimination. All right. And I know there's not a lot of, I'm not eating any fiber, so there's probably what it is. There's just nothing there. So it's kind of weird to me. And then when I pee throughout the day, My pee has a really funky smell to it. But the craziest thing is when I work out or just sweat in general, I don't have body odor like normal male body odor men have. I have more of a sour smell. Like I can smell myself. Like I worked out hard earlier today, and I said, I'm gonna eat some eggs. I'm starving. I haven't eaten, so I had some eggs, and I was sitting there and I was just smelling my shirt, and I'm like, it just smells sour. Like it's not a funky body odor smell, but I just smell sour. And from what I understand, it's because the pH of your body's changing, and the bacteria that's in your body that sweats out through you is also changing due to the diet. So there may be some truth to that. I'll do more videos on the carnivore diet, and I'm probably going to maintain carnivore after the 75 challenge or some version of it, because to me, I just operate better. I can tell you, I haven't had any brain fog the last couple of weeks. I haven't been consuming near as much caffeine. I have a bad caffeine addiction. I will drink energy drinks, sodas, or I would, and I would take caffeine pills throughout the day. I easily would do 600 to 1,000 milligrams of caffeine throughout the day. And I make sure I get natural caffeine at least. I don't try to take synthetics, so that's why I don't really do a lot of energy drinks, and I've cut energy drinks almost out over the last couple of years. But the pills I take are natural caffeine. They're extracted from green tea versus synthetic caffeines, and most energy drinks have synthetic caffeines. FYI, you might want to check that out. And it's a noticeable difference when you take the synthetic versus the general or the real. But the other day I made it through the whole day, and I was like, man, I'm kind of tired. I just felt like, I wouldn't say tired, but I didn't have a brain fog type tired, but I was just, I could tell like I wasn't as focused as I normally was, and I was a little tired. And I was like, it's like 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and I haven't had any caffeine. Usually I get up, and as soon as I leave the house, I got to pop a pill or have some coffee. And then usually an hour, 2.5 hours at the most, 3 hours at the most, I need another hit before noon just to make it through the afternoon. And then usually that late afternoon lethargic feeling kicks in, and I would want another pill. So I was doing at least 3 pills, which is 200 milligrams each, 600 milligrams of caffeine a day minimum on the average. And now I'm doing some days none, some days a couple hundred. Like today, I don't think I've had a pill at all today. I just don't need as much caffeine. So my energy levels have definitely skyrocketed on this diet, and I'm pushing through these like the workout routine I did today. I haven't stepped it up, I haven't progressive overloaded yet, which we'll talk about that in a minute. And the workout was quite easy compared to what it normally is. Like usually that last set is tough, and I remember cracking up my bench press, and I was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, boom, and I'm like, I just don't feel like I'm not struggling to lift that last little bit, and I've had no carbs. So you can maintain this diet, and you can maintain this routine. But anyway, that's my diet. So we talked about my workouts. I've been doing body weights and walking. I can't run yet because of my ankle, and we started adding in some weights in the last couple of weeks, and I plan on doing a lot more weights in the upcoming future. We'll talk about it in a second. I'll tell you something that has changed in the last few days. It's been kind of weird. I never have cramps, no matter what I'm doing, workout wise, nothing, no issues. And for the last 2 or 3 nights, right before I get up, or when I get up, it's usually like it wakes me up. It's right 30 minutes or less before I get up, I'll get bad cramps in my calves or my feet. Like my feet will just cramp up and wake me up. And I'll stretch them out, and I'll kind of roll back over and go back to sleep. And then 5 minutes later, boom, same thing. I'll look at the clock, and it's almost time to get up. So my feet are starting, and my calves are cramping up. And I know I'm getting plenty of electrolytes, but I'm drinking way more water than I was. I've been drinking a gallon easy every day. But I'll drink, like I've already had my gallon, and it's 5 o'clock, and I've got water here, and I will continue to drink water throughout the evening. So I think maybe I need to continue to up my electrolytes. But if anyone else has had this same problem, I'd love to hear from you. If you find that this, maybe it's because I'm doing more activity, I don't know, but I am starting to find, or it's been hotter, maybe it's just the heat, I'm sweating more, but I'm finding that I'm cramping in the evenings, which is very, very odd. All right, so we talked about sort of my results thus far. Now let's talk about what you came here for, the topic of this video, which is pushing through plateaus and boundaries. The 75 Hard Challenge is designed to push you out of your comfort zones and test your limits. However, as we progress, we might encounter plateaus, which I have, as we already talked about. Those moments when it feels like you're stuck, that your progress is stalled, like I have, plateaus can be frustrating, but they're also an opportunity for real and true growth. So how do we break through plateaus? Well, here's a few strategies that I've used in the past and that I will use in the upcoming weeks to break through my personal plateaus. First thing is you got to evaluate and adjust. Figure out why have you plateaued. So for me, like I said, I haven't really pushed myself, even though I've talked about it a little bit on progressive overloading. I'm using the same amount of weights, doing the same pretty much routine. Again, I got a little injury, but I didn't let that stop me. That's really not an excuse. I should have continued to progressive overload. So my goal this week is doing the 5x5. If you don't know what that is, go watch my earlier videos or go Google it, YouTube it. There's tons of videos on the 5x5. But what I'm going to do is this week, my next workout, which will be, what's today, Sunday, so probably be Tuesday, I will do an extra set, or an extra rep, I'm sorry. So instead of doing 5x5, I'll really be doing, 6x5. I'll be doing, or 5x6, I should say. So I'll do an extra set, or an extra rep, every set. And it doesn't sound like a lot, but I promise you that one extra little bit, if you're using heavy weights, is a big game changer. And then what I'll do, the next workout, or at least the one by the end of the week, maybe I'll do 2 workouts like that, and then that last one, depending on how hard it is. If it was too easy, then the next one I'm going to go ahead and step it up. But if it was hard, I'll do it again for one more. And then that third workout of the week, I do a full body 5x5. That third workout of the week with weights, I continue to do body exercises for my 2 workouts a week and all that stuff. But we're talking about just for my 3 workout routines with weights for the week. That last one, I'm going to go back to 5x5, but I'm going to up the weight. So instead of maybe curling 50 pounds, I'll curl 55. So instead of doing 5 sets, 5 reps at 50, and then this week, of course, I'm doing 5 sets with 6 reps. That final workout of the week, I'm going to step up the weight, but drop the reps down. And I should be able to do that because I've been doing that one extra rep all week long to kind of build your strength and build your endurance. And we'll see how that goes. That will help you. I think that's why I plateaued. I'm continuing to lose body fat, and I put on a little muscle, but I'm kind of, I don't want to say maintaining because that's not accurate, but I feel like I've hit a wall. I've plateaued. I need to push myself a little more. I started doing a little bit of that today by adding back-to-back workout in the sets and some different things because I'm working past those injuries, and I walked a little extra on my walk or my outdoor workout today, and I'll continue to do that. I'm just going to keep adding more distance, adding more speed, until eventually my ankle will hopefully, totally feel. And it's feeling better. It's looking better. Like the other day I looked down and I couldn't even tell that it was, I had to really look at it to tell that it was swollen. And I know that there's an injury there, but the pain is still there. It's a little dull. And, but the swelling is just about totally gone. So I feel like by the end of this challenge, I should be able to at least get some jogging back in. And we'll just take it slow and see how it goes. But I will continue to push that in all aspects. So all your workouts, start stepping those up. That's the key. Evaluate, figure out where you're at, and then start adjusting. Adding more, make it harder, for lack of a better term, Just add a little more intensity to your workout. Set new goals. I've already talked about that a little bit. Plateaus are a sign that you've reached, your level of comfort, and it's time to push past that level of comfort. To do that, you'll have to add some more goals. I keep talking about doing ADF, alternate day fasting, which is I'm in my comfort zone. I'm still losing weight. I'm losing body fat. I like what I see in the mirror, but it's easy. I'm not saying it's easy, but I'm comfortable, and I'm refusing to get out of that comfort zone. But that's the only way you're going to break through plateaus is you got to get out of your comfort zone. So that's the big thing. Stay consistent. Another great tip. Just if you haven't learned anything on 75 hard, if you're in the middle of it, or you're just starting, or you're towards the end even, you'll start to see that the small things you do every day add up. They accumulate by the end of the week. So stay consistent. That's the key to anything. And of course, seek support and others. Don't be afraid to reach out to others. Watch videos such as this one. Find a gym buddy. Find a diet buddy. I talked about after I'm done with this one, I may start a Discord channel. And if you'd like to join that, reach out to me. I'm on Facebook, Ben Vezina. It's Vezina. DM me, and I'll add you to the Discord if I decide to do another 75 hard challenge. And we can all share diet tips. We can all share workout routine tips and all that fun stuff that comes along with that. But share your experiences with others, and I've been doing that, and I've actually got a couple of friends that aren't doing 75 hard, but they have modified their diets. They're doing carnivore with me. They've done it in the past. They've had great successes, and they put on some weight. So it was great to see that I kind of inspired them. So share your experiences. Listen to the stories and experiences of others, because that can help you as well. And of course, at the end of the day, push through your plateaus. Don't stop because it's hard or you're not seeing the results that you want immediately. That's where I'm at. I'm at that phase where it's time to put some more gas, put your foot on the pedal, and push through those plateaus. That's really all I got for you guys today. Just going to look down my notes here. I think that's kind of it. like, subscribe, the usual stuff, so you continue to get these videos, see what's going on in my challenge. I will try to give you a new video every 3 or 4 days. Keep just updated on what's going on, maybe some things I'm seeing, some things that I aren't seeing. And of course, I'll give you a recap at the very end of this whole experience at the day 76, which is, I think, going to be, for this year, it's 2023, it's July 6th. So another holiday that I can't drink. But July 6th will be the last day of 75 hard. So July 7th is going to be a hell of a party. But stick around, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.